大家好，欢迎收看联合国周报，我是主持人鲍嫣然。在本周的节目当中，我们将聚焦小岛屿国家如何应对日益严重的垃圾污染问题。由于地理位置和资源的限制，这些国家在处理垃圾污染方面面临着特殊的挑战。垃圾不仅影响着环境，也威胁着当地居民的健康以及经济发展问题。为了更好地了解这些问题 ，Pauline 准备了一些基础的知识，去了解联合国将采取怎样的行动以及措施，去帮助发展中的小岛屿国家解决环境污染问题，帮助他们发展。
Just as a reminder, every day the equivalent of 2,000 garbage trucks full of plastic are dumped right into the world's oceans, rivers, and lakes. And every year, 19 to 23 million tons of plastic waste leaks right into ecosystems under the water. Now, where does the UN come in? For the last 2 years, the UN has been bringing nations together to figure out how to deal with this mess. In April, a round of talks held in Canada ended on a really positive note, and there are high hopes that by the end of 2024, we can all finally agree on ending plastic pollution. Do you want to learn more about how the UN is helping communities to fight plastic pollution? Go to news.un.org and search plastic pollution.
接下来，我们将跟随 UN Weekly 主持人 Conor Lennon 去到特立尼达，去了解在发展当中的小岛屿国家面临的垃圾污染治理问题，以及在联合国的帮助下，他们将采取怎样的措施去改善自己的环境。
We are at the Marval River, which is one of the rivers that drains the Port of Spain, which is the main capital of Trinidad. And it's a thoroughfare of plastic that goes to the sea. We have a lot of plastic pollution in Trinidad and Tobago, and especially in our capitals. And basically, the people who are throwing their plastic out of the cars, on the side of the road, or even sometimes in the river, it flows down with the rain and goes into the sea. And it's causing a great, huge problem because, of course, plastic breaks down into microplastics. Turtles eat plastic bags and get killed, and it's damaging the environment. But not only that, it's also floating out into the sea through the islands in Trinidad and Tobago and into the Caribbean Sea, forming a big plastic pollution there as well.
And what we're looking at now is just one river, the Marval, as you said, and there's a lot of plastic backed up against this boom, which is blocking the plastic from going out into the sea. Huge amounts of water bottles and other detritus and mess that's there. Give me an example of how long it would take for this mess to accumulate.
So this will actually accumulate in less than a week. So it's every time a rain falls, that you'll get a lot of accumulation of plastic. So it's not a steady stream of plastic, but certainly after a rainfall, you will get this. So we, on average, we say every week or 2 weeks, you'll get this level of plastic here in the boom.
Right, and this is just one river. How many other rivers?
Oh, well, there are dozens and dozens of rivers in Trinidad. In the Port of Spain area, there's about 5 major rivers. All having this kind of plastic going down, but they don't have booms. This is the first river in Trinidad that has a boom. So that they will, this is going to be the first project that sort of leads into the other rivers having booms as well.
And visually, it's very striking to see how bad the problem is. And for all the other rivers that don't have the boom, this is just, every week, this is just going straight out.
That's right, straight out into the sea. The sea is right down there, and all the rivers, of course, drain the land into the sea. So Trinidad has a lot of rain, especially during the wet season, and that just simply washes the land, cleans all the plastic from the land, but it has to go somewhere. So it goes into the river, and then that same rainwater takes it down into the sea.
And this is a problem that all island states are facing.
All island states in the Caribbean, especially ones that have a little industrial activity in them. Trinidad is people of Trinidad used to drinking plastic water out of plastic bottles and so on. So we have a long history of plastic use. We don't have a long history of responsible disposal, and that is what the problem is. And so we're trying to educate the public into properly disposing of your plastic, trying to create projects that extract the plastic physically from the environment and put it away so that it doesn't impact on the environment.
What kind of support are you getting for this project?
Right, so this project is one of the first kinds in Trinidad and Tobago. They've never boomed a river in Trinidad. So this project is a pilot test project to see how this type of plastic extraction can work in the rivers. And we were funded by the UN GEF Fund.
That's the Green Environment.
Green Environment Fund last year, October last year. And they gave us money to buy the boom, do the engineering, do the studies on the river, and to design the river extraction project.
The other thing that's visually striking is the contrast between the dirty side
Yes.
and the clean side.
Yeah.
When you first put the boom up, you must have been quite encouraged to see that difference.
Very, very much so. We weren't exactly sure if the boom would work, if the plastic will go over the boom or under it, especially when there's a strong flow of water. But as you can see, it does trap it. The river is not a very deep river, so the plastic boom right now is on the seabed. But most of the time during the high tide and mid tide, it's going to be floating. So water can flow under it, fishes can go under it, and so on. But the floatables, the plastic, some organic material will be trapped by the boom. Our issue is ensuring that the boom is deployed correctly so that it can withstand the occasional very heavy flow caused by rains. And the boom, the shape of the boom is very important to us because we created the shape and a diagonal to the flow of the river so that when plastics do come and they trap in the boom, it's sent to one side, allowing easy access to extract.
希望通过本期节目，您能够更了解发展当中小岛屿国家所面临的环境以及经济发展问题。如果您想了解更多本周讨论的话题，可以在节目下方的信息栏中找到相关的链接。感谢您的收看，我们下期再见。